On Tuesday, Israeli authorities announced that 37 international NGOs operating in Gaza will have their licenses suspended from January 1st for not complying with new registration requirements that came into effect last spring. The NGOs, including Doctors Without Borders, Oxfam, and the Norwegian Refugee Council, will then be forced to stop their operations in Gaza within 60 days. Now, these aid organizations say that the new registration rules require them to divulge personal information about their Palestinian staff members and their families. They've called these new rules vague, arbitrary, and highly politicized. The Israeli government says that the new rules are necessary because they say their security services have found people working for the NGOs, in their words, involved in terrorist activities. Now, NGOs like Doctors Without Borders have rejected those accusations, and they've said that these new rules will have a major impact on their operations in Gaza, where they say they support some 20% of hospital beds in Gaza, as well as 1/3 of births. Hundreds of people are employed by these NGOs in Gaza, and many of them will be made to leave by March 1st under this new directive. Now, as this comes, yesterday we heard from the foreign ministers of 10 countries, including France, the UK, Canada, Switzerland, and Japan. They have called the humanitarian situation in Gaza catastrophic, and they've called these new registration requirements for the NGOs restrictive and unacceptable. Now, as this news comes, cold winter weather, cold storms, heavy rain continues to batter Gaza in recent days and weeks. It's compounding the humanitarian crisis there, where hundreds of thousands of displaced people live in makeshift tents and in partially collapsed buildings, and where a majority of the population are still food insecure, despite the ceasefire being in place for almost 3 months. Aid organizations, as well as the United Nations, have also said that not enough tents and not enough winter weather supplies have entered Gaza in the last few weeks, despite the ceasefire now being in place for almost 3 months. Blake Sifton, SABC News, Tel Aviv.